Everyone dreams of getting rich. Yet most people never break free from the invisible prison that keeps them stuck. That prison isn't poverty itself, it's comfort. Comfort feels safe, warm, familiar. But it's also the single biggest trap that chains you to mediocrity. Today, we're uncovering why the comfort zone keeps you poor, and more importantly, how to escape it before it's too late. Think about your daily routine. Same job, same paycheck, same habits. You tell yourself you're secure. But what you're really doing is trading growth for predictability. Comfort whispers, stay here, don't risk it. And every year, you sink deeper into financial quicksand, earning just enough to survive, but never enough to escape. Why does comfort make us poor? Because the brain hates uncertainty. Our ancestors survived by avoiding risk. But in today's world, avoiding risk means avoiding opportunity. The rich know this, they step into discomfort to capture rewards. The poor stay where it feels safe, but safety is an illusion when inflation eats your money and opportunities pass you by. Comfort feeds procrastination. You tell yourself, I'll start saving tomorrow. I'll invest when I have more. I'll launch my idea someday. But someday never comes. Time slips away silently, and wealth that could have grown for decades never even gets planted. The comfort zone also locks you into jobs. You cling to a paycheck, afraid of what might happen without it. But paychecks keep you dependent, and dependence keeps you from building wealth. The wealthy escape by building assets, businesses, investments, ownership. Employees stay broke by clinging to the illusion of security. Comfort creates excuses. You convince yourself that you can't start investing because you don't know enough, or can't build a side hustle because you don't have time. But these are just stories your brain tells to justify staying the same. Meanwhile, the rich face discomfort head-on, learning as they go. Here's the harsh truth, comfort feels good now, but it costs everything later. You pay with lost years, lost opportunities, and lost wealth. Discomfort is the price of freedom, and those who can endure it build lives that others only dream about. The psychology of comfort is sneaky. It convinces you that staying in your lane is wisdom, when it's really fear in disguise. And fear is expensive. Every safe choice today compounds into poverty tomorrow. Every bold choice compounds into wealth tomorrow. Comfort also limits imagination. If you never push past your current reality, you never discover what's possible. That's why most people copy what everyone else is doing: jobs, debt, spending, because it feels normal. But normal keeps you average, and average keeps you broke. Here's the paradox, the comfort zone doesn't even protect you. Layoffs, inflation, medical bills, life can rip away your so-called security in an instant. True safety only comes from building wealth, and that requires walking through discomfort, not avoiding it. People stay in the comfort zone because they confuse effort with progress. You can work hard every day, but if you're only working for comfort, you'll never escape poverty. The wealthy don't just work hard, they work differently, chasing growth over comfort. Comfort also rewards short-term pleasure over long-term gain. The daily latte, the Netflix binge, the shopping splurge, it feels harmless. But over years, these comforts pile up into missed investments worth fortunes. The wealthy sacrifice small comforts today for big comforts tomorrow. Here's what you need to understand, the comfort zone isn't harmless. It's the enemy of progress. Every day you stay in it, you silently choose poverty over wealth. And the longer you stay, the harder it is to break free. Escaping comfort requires awareness. First, you must recognize how it shows up in your life, through procrastination, excuses, fear of risk, and obsession with short-term pleasure. Only when you see the trap can you begin to escape it. The second step is embracing discomfort. Start small, read books outside your comfort zone, save when it feels hard, take risks on skills instead of spending on luxuries. Discomfort stretches you. And every stretch builds financial muscle. Comfort keeps you surrounded by people just like you. If your circle spends every weekend watching Netflix, complaining about work, and living paycheck to paycheck, you'll slowly adopt the same mindset. Wealthy people deliberately seek new circles. They step into rooms where they feel small, uncomfortable, even out of place, because that's where growth happens. The comfort zone tells you, stay with your friends, don't stand out, don't be different. But growth requires breaking from the herd. If you surround yourself with people who push limits, talk about investments, and focus on building, you'll feel the discomfort of not keeping up. That discomfort will either force you to rise, or confirm you're okay staying broke. Comfort also thrives in routine. The same route to work, the same desk, the same paycheck every month, it creates a false sense of security. But repetition without growth is stagnation. Imagine a tree that never grows taller, never spreads its branches, never bears fruit, it eventually withers. Humans are the same. The rich constantly disrupt their routines by learning new skills, taking new risks, and facing new challenges. The poor repeat yesterday endlessly, calling it stability. But stability without progress is slow decline. If you're not disrupting your comfort, you're decaying in it. Every new skill feels uncomfortable at first, but every discomfort adds layers to your financial armor. The comfort zone convinces you to prioritize certainty over opportunity. You want a guaranteed paycheck, guaranteed weekends, guaranteed routine. But guarantees come at a cost, they cap your growth. Entrepreneurs live without guarantees. Investors accept risk. And while uncertainty makes average people freeze, it's the very thing that creates wealth. Think of it like an ocean, calm waters feel safe but keep you near shore. Rough waters feel terrifying but carry you to new lands. The wealthy sail into storms, the poor cling to calm seas. The irony? Calm waters still erode your boat over time, inflation, layoffs, emergencies. But those who brave uncertainty end up with treasure maps others never even glimpse. Comfort makes you overvalue short-term ease and undervalue long-term wealth. It whispers, don't save, spend today. Don't invest, it's risky. Don't study, relax. But every short-term ease you choose today multiplies into hardship tomorrow. Think of comfort like eating candy for dinner, it feels good in the moment but leaves you sick later. Wealth requires eating vegetables, exercising discipline, facing discomfort. Every dollar spent on unnecessary comfort is a soldier lost in your financial army. Every dollar invested, though uncomfortable to part with, is a seed planted that grows into a forest. If you let comfort rule your choices, your future will always be starved. Comfort zone thinking makes you underestimate time. You think you have decades to save, invest, and change. So you relax today, promising yourself you'll start later. But time compounds like money. The earlier you begin, the greater your results. Every year in comfort is a year stolen from your future wealth. The rich use time as a weapon, they endure discomfort early, investing, learning, and taking risks when it hurts most. The poor delay until later, when options shrink and risks grow heavier. By the time they realize, it's too late to build serious wealth. Comfort says you have time. Reality says time is already running out. Comfort also hides in pride. Many people refuse to ask for help, guidance, or mentorship because it feels uncomfortable to admit ignorance. But this pride keeps you poor. Wealthy individuals actively seek discomfort by admitting they don't know everything. They hire coaches, read books, and learn from experts. Average people stay broke because they insist on figuring it all out alone, comfort in their pride, poverty in their future. Humility is uncomfortable, but it's also profitable. Every mentor can shorten your journey. Every expert you learn from can save you years of mistakes. Comfort says, I already know enough. Wealth whispers, I can always learn more. The comfort zone keeps you obsessed with predictability. You want your income the same every month, your life predictable, your risks minimized. But wealth is built on unpredictability. Markets fluctuate. Businesses fail before they succeed. Investments rise and fall. The rich learn to be comfortable in chaos, while the poor seek shelter in predictability. But here's the twist, predictability isn't real. Jobs get cut. Prices rise. Economies crash. Comfort blinds you to reality by making you think things are steady, when in truth they never are. The wealthy lean into uncertainty, the poor hide from it, and that's why they stay trapped. Comfort tells you to avoid failure. But failure is the tuition fee for wealth. Every successful investor, entrepreneur, and builder has stacks of failures behind them. Each one cost time, money, and pride. But each one also taught lessons no comfort zone could ever provide. The poor see failure as the end. The wealthy see it as the curriculum. Comfort keeps you broke because it avoids failure at all costs, meaning you avoid the very experiences that lead to success. Failure is uncomfortable, yes. But it's also the price you must pay to win. The comfort zone manipulates your emotions. It makes you chase certainty, pleasure, and safety. But emotions are terrible guides for wealth. When the stock market dips, comfort screams, sell, protect yourself. The wealthy do the opposite, They buy when it feels terrifying. Comfort convinces you to spend money when you're sad, bored, or stressed, creating cycles of consumer debt. But the wealthy delay emotional comfort in exchange for rational wealth. Mastering money means mastering emotions. And mastering emotions always requires walking away from the comfort they demand. Comfort also hides in culture. If everyone around you spends money on luxuries, cars, gadgets, and vacations, you'll feel pressure to do the same. Saying no feels uncomfortable. But culture is comfort disguised as tradition. The wealthy resist cultural traps. They don't care what others think about their cars or clothes. They care about assets, not appearances. If you're too comfortable fitting in, you'll stay broke with the crowd. If you're uncomfortable standing out, you'll never join the wealthy minority. Culture tells you to conform. Wealth requires you to rebel. Comfort thrives in ignorance. It feels good not to think about debt, inflation, or your financial future. Many people avoid checking their bank balances because it's uncomfortable. But ignorance doesn't protect you, it destroys you silently. Wealthy people embrace financial discomfort. They study their numbers, track their spending, analyze their investments. It's uncomfortable to see the truth, but it's the only way to change it. Comfort whispers, "Don't look, it's too stressful." Wealth responds, "Look closely, and take control." Comfort makes you cling to the known. You'd rather stay in a job you hate than risk trying something new. You'd rather keep savings in a low-interest account than risk investing. But the known is a cage. The unknown, though uncomfortable, is the field where opportunities grow. Wealthy people constantly step into the unknown, new markets, new ideas, new partnerships. They endure the discomfort of uncertainty in exchange for growth. The poor cling to what's familiar, not realizing that familiarity itself is poverty disguised as safety. The comfort zone is deceptive because it feels like peace, but it's actually decay. A life without discomfort feels stable, but underneath, inflation eats your money, technology passes you by, and opportunities vanish. It's like a castle quietly rotting while you admire the walls. Wealth requires constant renovation. You have to tear down old beliefs, upgrade skills, and rebuild your mindset again and again. Comfort stops you from doing that. And when the collapse comes, it's always sudden, always devastating. Comfort also keeps you trapped in consumption instead of creation. It's easy to consume, TV, social media, entertainment. It's uncomfortable to create, writing, building, investing, producing. But wealth flows to creators, not consumers. Every hour of comfort spent scrolling is an hour lost forever. Every hour of discomfort spent creating builds value that can pay you for life. The poor consume endlessly because it feels easy. The wealthy create relentlessly because they've trained themselves to embrace the discomfort of producing. Ultimately, the comfort zone is poverty disguised as pleasure. It feels good today but robs tomorrow. It makes you avoid risk, avoid effort, avoid truth. But wealth only comes from doing what feels hard, uncertain, even painful. The secret is this: discomfort isn't the enemy. It's the compass. Whatever feels uncomfortable, learning, investing, building, failing, is exactly what will make you rich. If you want wealth, you must stop asking, "What feels safe?" and start asking, "What feels uncomfortable enough to make me grow?" That's how you escape poverty. That's how you escape comfort. Comfort tricks you into overvaluing rest and underestimating action. Many people wait for the perfect moment, a day when motivation feels high, finances feel ready, and risk feels low. That day rarely comes. The perfect moment is a myth created by the comfort zone to keep you stagnant. Wealth is built by starting now, imperfectly, and adjusting along the way. Every day you delay, the rich move ahead, compounding skills, experience, and investments. Action feels uncomfortable at first, but stagnation feels even worse years later. The choice is yours: temporary discomfort today or permanent regret tomorrow. Comfort makes you fearful of judgment. You worry about what friends, family, or coworkers will think if you take risks. But other people's approval is irrelevant to wealth creation. The wealthy embrace actions that feel awkward, visible, or even socially risky because they understand that value isn't dictated by comfort, it's dictated by results. If you wait for approval, you'll wait forever. Social comfort is a trap. Real growth requires walking alone at first, learning, experimenting, and failing, often publicly. This discomfort is the bridge to freedom. Ignore the crowd and focus on the path that builds wealth, not applause. Comfort leads to overconsumption of distractions. Every scroll on social media, every binge-watch session, every unnecessary purchase feels harmless. But it silently drains your energy, your focus, and your money. Distractions are comfort in disguise. They make you feel busy, entertained, or relaxed while your goals decay in the background. Wealthy individuals deliberately cut distractions, even when it feels uncomfortable. They schedule learning, creation, and investment first, allowing leisure only after value is created. Comfort whispers, relax, it's fine. Wealth says, delay pleasure, multiply reward. Your choices determine which side of life you end up on. The comfort zone thrives on small, repeated indulgences. Coffee runs, dinners out, unnecessary shopping, all seem minor. But over months and years, these small comforts compound into thousands of lost dollars. Meanwhile, the wealthy embrace small, repeated sacrifices, delayed gratification, consistent investing, careful budgeting. Discomfort becomes a habit, and wealth grows silently in the background. The poor repeat comfort habits because they feel easy, the rich repeat discomfort habits because they feel profitable. Small choices, repeated daily, create entirely different realities. Which reality are you building? Comfort convinces you to stay passive in life. You wait for opportunities to arrive, rather than seeking them out. But opportunity doesn't knock politely on the doors of the comfortable. It hides in discomfort, challenging conversations, learning new skills, exploring markets, taking calculated risks. The rich chase discomfort because they know it's where opportunities lie. The poor wait comfortably, hoping luck will appear. Don't mistake inaction for safety. Every day spent passive is a day wealth escapes. The longer you wait, the more the window closes, until the opportunities that could have made you rich are gone forever. Comfort dulls your curiosity. When everything feels easy, the mind stops asking questions, learning, or exploring. You accept what's familiar, repeat old habits, and miss new trends or skills that could create wealth. The wealthy intentionally step into discomfort by exploring, questioning, and learning constantly. A new book, a new market, a new skill. It all feels uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is where growth is hidden. If your mind is comfortable, your bank account will be too. Challenge your thinking, break routines, and seek knowledge outside the easy zone. Comfort fosters over-reliance on certainty. People stay in jobs, investments, or habits because they feel safe. Yet, no job is truly secure, and most investments require calculated risk. The wealthy understand that certainty is often a trap. The world changes, and those who cling to comfort are left behind. Comfort gives you peace today but robs tomorrow. By embracing calculated discomfort, seeking knowledge, and taking smart risks, you build resilience and wealth. The cost of comfort is far higher than the temporary pain of stepping into the unknown. Comfort blinds you to long-term thinking. You focus on short-term pleasures, weekends, gadgets, quick rewards. Meanwhile, wealth is built on delayed gratification, planning, and patience. Every instant comfort you choose today steals potential compounding tomorrow. The rich delay pleasure, embracing discomfort like investing, learning, and creating when it feels hard. Over time, these small uncomfortable choices accumulate into massive advantages. The poor chase temporary ease and wonder why they never get ahead. Comfort feels good now, but discomfort builds the empire you'll enjoy later. Comfort encourages dependence on external validation. You ask friends or family if your idea is good, rather than trusting your judgment. The rich step into discomfort by making decisions alone, taking responsibility for outcomes, and learning from mistakes. Comfort seeks approval, wealth seeks results. If you constantly check if you're doing the right thing, you'll never create your own path. True growth feels uncomfortable. It requires trusting yourself, acting decisively, and embracing mistakes as lessons. The comfort of approval costs freedom, independence, and wealth. Comfort makes you fear change. Changing careers, starting a business, learning investing, these all feel risky. But remaining static guarantees stagnation. The wealthy embrace change because discomfort is the fuel for transformation. Each change tests patience, courage, and skill. Each success compounds growth. The poor resist change, clinging to what feels safe, only to discover that life moves on without them. Comfort whispers, stay the same. Reality whispers, change or fall behind. Which voice will you listen to? Comfort breeds fear of financial risk. Many people keep savings in low-interest accounts because it feels safe. Meanwhile, inflation eats away at their future. The wealthy endure discomfort by investing in stocks, businesses, or skills that may feel uncertain at first. Risk is uncomfortable, but it's the price of freedom. The poor avoid risk, comforted by safety, only to find their money shrink silently. To escape poverty, you must step into financial discomfort, embrace calculated risk, and grow your wealth beyond what feels comfortable today. Comfort convinces you that learning is optional. You feel safe thinking what you already know is enough. But the world evolves. Skills, markets, and opportunities change constantly. The wealthy embrace discomfort by learning continuously. Each book, course, or skill mastered feels difficult at first but compounds over years into massive advantage. Those who remain comfortable, thinking they already know enough, slowly fall behind. Discomfort today is security tomorrow. Ignorance disguised as comfort is one of the silent killers of wealth. Comfort also fosters comparison traps. You look at friends, colleagues, or family and measure success by appearance, cars, vacations, gadgets, rather than assets, skills, or growth. The poor chase these comforts obsessively, spending money to appear successful. The rich embrace discomfort by focusing on internal metrics, skills learned, businesses built, investments made. The discomfort of ignoring social pressure pays off with long-term wealth. Comfort whispers, keep up appearances. Wealth whispers, build real value. Choose your guide carefully. Comfort delays action under the guise of preparation. You tell yourself you'll start investing, building, or creating next month when you have more knowledge or resources. But delay is a weapon of the comfort zone. Every postponed action compounds lost opportunities. The wealthy act imperfectly now and improve along the way. They embrace discomfort of action without perfect preparation. The poor wait, hoping comfort will align perfectly, but it never does. Wealth requires discomfort now, not perfect timing later. Finally, comfort teaches false patience. You believe staying passive, saving a little, working a regular job, and avoiding risk will eventually lead to wealth. But slow comfort only ensures slow or no progress. Wealth requires deliberate discomfort, early action, learning, and bold choices. Every easy decision compounds mediocrity, every uncomfortable choice compounds growth. Escape the comfort zone, embrace risk, and take the actions that feel terrifying at first, because discomfort is the hidden path to freedom, wealth, and mastery over your life. Comfort convinces you to avoid hard conversations about money. You don't negotiate your salary, challenge unfair terms, or discuss investments because it feels awkward. But avoiding discomfort keeps you financially small. Wealthy people embrace these uncomfortable conversations, knowing that every negotiation or discussion is an opportunity to increase their value. The uncomfortable path often leads to far more reward than the easy one. Avoiding financial discomfort keeps you broke, seeking it builds wealth. Comfort keeps you reactive instead of proactive. The poor wait for bills, emergencies, or layoffs to act. The rich anticipate discomfort, preparing systems, saving, and planning for future challenges. Being proactive feels uncomfortable because it requires foresight, discipline, and effort. But discomfort today shields you from crisis tomorrow. Comfort is passive, wealth is proactive. The difference is literally millions of dollars and years of lost opportunity. Comfort makes you overvalue leisure and undervalue growth. Relaxing feels good, but when done excessively, it prevents you from learning, investing, and building assets. The wealthy endure temporary discomfort, long hours learning, practicing, and experimenting, because the long-term payoff is immense. Leisure without progress is a trap, discomfort with purpose compounds into wealth. Mastering this mindset is the difference between stagnation and financial freedom. Comfort lulls you into small thinking. You settle for incremental gains instead of aiming for breakthroughs. Mediocrity feels safe, but breakthroughs require discomfort, bold decisions, learning, and risk-taking. The wealthy stretch themselves, take bigger bets, and push limits consistently. If you cling to comfort, your thinking, and your income, remains capped. Discomfort expands possibilities. Comfort keeps you repeating the same financial mistakes. You spend impulsively, ignore investments, and delay learning, because change is uncomfortable. Wealthy people embrace discomfort to break these cycles, audit their choices, and correct mistakes. Facing financial truth feels uncomfortable, but avoiding it compounds failure. Every uncomfortable reflection is a step toward wealth. Comfort creates fear of public failure. You avoid sharing ideas, starting ventures, or creating content because of embarrassment. The wealthy embrace discomfort by risking exposure, criticism, and failure. Each public mistake becomes a lesson and a stepping stone. Comfort keeps you hidden, discomfort propels you forward. Visibility, though uncomfortable, is a prerequisite for financial growth. Comfort makes you procrastinate. You wait to feel ready, delaying action indefinitely. The wealthy act imperfectly now and refine later. Action feels uncomfortable because outcomes are uncertain, but waiting is far costlier. Each delayed step is lost compounding time, lost growth, and lost wealth. The discomfort of starting outweighs the pain of delay. Comfort keeps you stuck in low-value tasks. You busy yourself with minor chores, endless emails, or trivial activities because they feel safe. Wealthy people embrace discomfort by focusing on high-value tasks, projects that multiply income, influence, and opportunities. The path of discomfort demands discipline, focus, and patience, but rewards compound exponentially. Comfort feels productive, wealth feels challenging. Comfort makes you avoid investment risks. You keep money under mattresses, low-interest accounts, or conservative bets. Wealth requires stepping into uncertainty, stocks, businesses, real estate, or skills that feel risky. Avoiding discomfort now leads to small gains later. Embracing discomfort creates exponential growth. Each calculated risk is a seed planted for your future fortune. Comfort encourages avoidance of feedback. You ignore criticism, avoiding uncomfortable truths about your decisions or habits. The wealthy actively seek feedback, facing discomfort to refine skills and strategies. Each uncomfortable insight becomes leverage for growth. Comfort protects ego, discomfort accelerates success. Which path will you choose? Comfort fosters dependency. You rely on jobs, family support, or government safety nets because it feels easier than creating independence. The wealthy endure discomfort by building self-sufficient income streams, businesses, and investments. Every uncomfortable step toward independence compounds freedom. Comfort feels safe, discomfort feels like risk but leads to true financial power. Comfort delays learning about money. You avoid reading, investing, or understanding finances because it feels confusing or boring. The wealthy embrace discomfort by studying relentlessly, even when it's tough or complex. Knowledge compounds like money, discomfort today is wealth tomorrow. Comfort keeps you blind, discomfort creates insight. If you want freedom, you must choose learning over ease. Comfort breeds indecision. You wait for signals, trends, or perfect timing. The wealthy embrace the discomfort of decision-making under uncertainty. Each decisive action, though uncomfortable, builds momentum, skills, and wealth. Indecision keeps you stagnant, discomfort propels growth. Every uncomfortable choice compounds advantage over time. Comfort is a cage, decisiveness is freedom. Comfort lulls you into spending mindlessly. You buy gadgets, clothes, or experiences for temporary pleasure. The wealthy endure discomfort by prioritizing saving, investing, and building assets instead. Every dollar delayed from comfort and invested wisely multiplies. Every dollar surrendered to comfort shrinks. Short-term pleasure feels easy, long-term wealth feels uncomfortable but infinitely more rewarding. In the end, the comfort zone is the silent thief of wealth. It whispers safety, pleasure, and ease, but robs you of growth, opportunities, and freedom. Wealth requires embracing discomfort, learning, risk, action, and independence. Every uncomfortable step compounds power, influence, and fortune. Escape comfort, face discomfort, and build the life most only dream of. Remember, the path to wealth never feels comfortable, but it's always worth it. Thanks for watching The Composed Zone That Keeps You Poor, and How to Escape It. If you found value in this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more psychology of money insights that can change the way you think about wealth. Smash that like button, share this with a friend who needs to hear it, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one of them. And remember, this is just the beginning. Stay tuned for more videos that will help you break free from financial limits and build a future you deserve. See you in the next one.